Final Five. I took last week off. It felt empty. My heart was, there was a spot missing on my heart because I didn't get to spend my Friday with Tim Young, but we're back together tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome comedian, author, SiriusXM personality, Fox 5 contributor, Tim Young here on the Final Five. Welcome back.
You can see how I'm up. I thought you were let go, Jim. And I thought that it was going to be just
They had a cake. They had everything for me.
I had a whole celebration that turns out you're still,
I'm still here.
Still on the side of buses and stuff.
I haven't seen the bus. Have you seen the buses lately? I haven't seen them. I think they may have cycled out.
They probably have. I don't know.
Hey, let's talk about this week. You've been active on tour. And by the way, we should point out Tim is doing a podcast now, the No Things Considered podcast, which you can find now on Apple Podcasts as well.
iTunes, yes.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So one thing you talked about this week was something that the entire world was talking about, which was the U.S. women's national team winning the World Cup. Not necessarily the fact that they won the World Cup, but the fact that they have become you know, they've got
social justice warriors,
in the
Jim.
political realm, right?
I'm so tired of it.
Why?
Like, I would be proud of them. Great, they're a great team. They're excellent athletes. They're the best in the world. I don't want to hear about social justice stuff. I want to take a break from politics when I watch sports, and I want to enjoy them. I want to get away from it. If your first stop on your tour, your victory tour, is the Rachel Maddow show, there's something wrong with that.
So you're talking about Megan Rapinoe showing up on the Rachel Maddow show.
Yeah.
So look, she had said early on she wasn't going to go to the White House. She had no desire to go to the White House. But look, she's not the first athlete to say that.
Yes.
And it works on both. You know, we had a lot of people under the Trump administration say they weren't going to go. We had the Golden State Warriors, their invitation revoked.
They're missing out on a lot of great fast food.
But it's also worked on the other side, too. Tim Thomas, who was the Stanley Cup winning goaltender for the Boston Bruins in 2011, was very public, saying he didn't want to be seen as endorsing socialism, which is what he perceived the Obama administration doing. But it goes back to Muhammad Ali. This is a guy who had this, he used his platform to be
Muhammad
one of the
Ali
first
was
social
different.
justice warriors. How is that different, though?
It was a different time. There was an actual... He was representing things in a more oppressive situation. Megan Rapinoe is not oppressed in any way in America at this point. No, she can do whatever she wants. She's a star. Like, she is making money out of this. There's a fly on the set. Muhammad Ali stood up for social justice in a time when social justice needed to be stood up for, where he was discriminated against. There's not that level of discrimination.
But when you see in certain states, we saw a police officer who was a man of the cloth as well. People are still calling for gays to be executed.
So hold on. There are a-holes in this country. And I want to swear right now when I say that, because that's awful. And there are these individuals that are the worst.
Right.
And there are terrible individuals. But being invited to the White House now, the whole thing, look, I am proud of this U.S. women's soccer team. I'm just tired of having this social justice message pushed on me. I'm proud of who they are. I don't care who they are. I don't care about their demographics. But it shouldn't be the thing that's forced down everyone's throats.
Okay. What I like you talk about the platform to which they're speaking, because it really ties in to something we saw this week at the White House. The president had a social media conference at the White House this week where, you know, the president has been quite vocal about saying that social media giants, Facebook, Twitter, Google, have been minimizing his message. They've been discriminating against people who support him. So he brought a bunch of people to the White House. None of them were from Facebook, Google, or Twitter. You had a lot of people who it was a bit of a motley crew of people that ended with a shouting match between Sebastian Gorka and Brian Karem from Playboy magazine, and you know, I know he works for CNN as well.
Okay, so I don't understand why Playboy magazine even has a White House
hey,
press
people read it for the articles, Tim.
Nobody reads Playboy magazine, and then they even eliminated the nudes for a little bit, and they realized that didn't work. That business model was bad.
Yeah.
Woke Playboy is the worst Playboy, but also print pornography has been out since the internet was created.
But let's go back to this summit at the White House.
Awful.
Because I just think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Where you can say, it seems like in certain corners there are people who are and the fly's on your drink right now.
No, it's over. The drink is over. It's ended.
No. But you know, it's kind of, I find it funny that they're talking about being oppressed while at the White House with the President of the United States supporting their cause.
Tough argument. Real tough argument there.
Yeah.
But also there's this grift of people who were invited to the White House who pushed conspiracy theories that I don't agree with.
Right.
Seth Rich, Pizzagate, stuff that is completely false, that Pizzagate led to domestic terrorism.
Right.
A guy showed up to a great pizza place, Comet Pizza, with a gun. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the fact that those people were invited to the White House is troubling to me, and I'm glad I wasn't one of those names.
You weren't not invited. By the way, the president talked about what people have been saying about social media oppression in his words. Here's what the president had to say about that.
But I'll tell you, a lot of bad things are happening. I have people come up to me, sir, we want to follow you. They don't let us on. And it was so different than it was even 6, 7 months ago. I was picking up unbelievable amounts of people. And I'm hotter now than I was then, okay? Because, you know, you also cool off, right? But much hotter, especially with a nice new stock market like it is, right?
So when you have 61.8 million followers, I don't know where he's... hey, we've talked about losing followers in the past. I don't necessarily see that happening where people can't follow the President of the United States.
My followers aren't going to like this when I say this.
Yes, okay.
Why is he complaining about followers? He's the President of the United States. He's the most powerful leader in the world, and he's worried about how many people are following him on Twitter.
The likes and retweets.
That should bother everyone. I think across the board, there's an issue there. If the president, listen, he's stopping us from having wars with Iran, and he's creating peace in North Korea. He's worried about followers on Twitter.
There are good things, as we mentioned in the past, that you can highlight. But we got lots more to highlight when the Final Five comes right back. Tim's sticking around. Is the fly gone?
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Okay, yeah.